We're here with Files of Horror, and we're going to, I don't know, let's talk about some common sense things that aren't so common sense with haunted attractions. When you attend as a patron, let's talk about the basics, the rules that we shouldn't have to talk about, but I think we kind of need to go over it because the common sense, again, is not so common. So, welcome to the, whatever you want to call this, night drive. And yeah, let's go over a few things. And again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to type it in the chat. Welcome to the show, all that fun stuff. So number one, as always, I think the basic rule is do not touch the actors. Right? Now, if you go to a location that has an option for you to be touched, just remember, you chose that. So you have to also remember they're going to be touching you. But typically, excluding that, actors will never touch you. You should never swing at them, touch them, and you know, it's just common sense. You know, just go there for a good time. That's what they're there for, is to help you have a good time. They have a great time scaring people and acting out their character. So, you know, just enjoy it. I think another thing is to kind of piggyback on that. If you have that attitude where if someone comes at you or like scares you that you're going to swing at them, definitely do not go with that attitude. Nobody likes being around somebody. Okay, and that's not just on the scare actor side. That's on a party side, right? You go there as a party and you have somebody in your party that acts all tough and they're going to swing and they're going to do this and they're going to do that, but they're so scared that they don't want to go through, but yet they'll swing and kick at people. Yeah, you know, definitely don't be one of those people. And unfortunately, when you do have someone like that, hey Levi, what's going on? Thank you for stopping in. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. How am I doing? I'm doing great tonight. I just got a long ways to drive, so I figured let's go over some etiquettes for you know, attending haunted attractions. Jose Diaz, yo, welcome. Thank you for stopping in. Again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. So back to the aggressive, scared, whatever you want to call it, friend that goes in the group. I used to date somebody that wanted to go to these haunted attractions, and she always would get scared and then want to swing and kick at people and would fall down and cause a scene. And so yeah, I was on that side too, where, you know, it was embarrassing that, you know, they're acting tough, but they're scared and hurting people. You know what I mean? I got kicked because she fell. You know, one of the security people tried to, like, hey, you know, calm down. You know, we'll make sure everything's clear for you. They didn't want to hear that. They were like also attacking them. You know, so it's just one of those things of, you know, the people that you go with, or, you know, could also make or break a haunt. So if you have people that are negative or just cause a scene, you know, all that stuff that just brings down the vibe, that you're going to have a bad experience there. So, you know, when you go there with people that have a great vibe and they're happy to get scared. I mean, look at my wife. She screams left and right because they scare her. But she jumps with the scream and then she turns around and starts laughing. You know, so they got her good. She screams and laughs and then keeps going, you know, and you know, everybody's gonna be different. Some people I know have that fight or flight, and that's fine. But you gotta remember, when you're running like that, you can get hurt, you can hurt somebody, you can break stuff, and we don't want you guys getting hurt. You know, we want you guys having a good time. We want everybody to have an enjoyable night. I hope you have a good day or a good night. Thank you. I hope you have a good day or a good night too. Right now it's early morning for me, so as I always say, it's always morning, so good morning. Wolf Moon, do I play Mario? Who doesn't like playing Mario? Of course we play Mario. I've been playing Mario since Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES. What do we say? So we already established, do not touch actors, do not touch props. You know, touching of the props is another thing. You're ruining the scene for the next person, and that's not fair to, you know, whoever's doing the haunt, that they have to hunt down props or reset props, you know, that have been moved or missing, you know, because a certain scene is laid out a certain way. So yeah, do not touch the props, do not take the props, do not pretend that you're part of the show. It definitely again leads to the lack of enjoyment for the next person. Now, speaking of that, 2005. Yes, I've played Mario for 40 years. Actually, I played Mario in the arcades too, so think about that one. Even longer. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, let the scare actors do the scaring. I know you guys want to have fun and scare your friends, but that also detracts from them being scared. And sometimes when scare actors see that, they don't even bother with you. So you're going to have a bad time, even though you're thinking you're having a good time scaring your friend, because they're very on edge and easily scared. You know, it pulls away from their enjoyment and everybody else's enjoyment of you guys going through. What is my favorite game? Oh boy. The easiest, I have different games that are favorites. The easiest shooter for like multiplayer and campaign would be Halo. But I love Dead Island. The whole series is great. What else? I'm trying to think of games that I just go back to. I mean, there's a lot of games, so I can't just. But those are like the two that I usually fall back on. Oh yeah, COD, definitely. I've got Game Pass, so I've been playing a lot of COD. I bought like every revision of the game. Just obviously one version, not you know, multi-plat. Mainly on Xbox, from the way, you know, from the 360 days, OG Xbox and 360. Did I ever play Parasite Eve? No, but that is on my bucket list to play. I have a friend that is her favorite game. And, oh, hold on, got some bumps here. So yeah, that's her favorite game. I wanted to get back onto the PlayStation 2 and play that. Did I ever play TF2? Is that Team Fortress? Where am I going to? I am headed to another job site, so I figured yeah, on my way to go survey. I just have a discussion with you guys about haunted houses and etiquette. I've played it a long time ago. Yeah, I've played Team Fortress 2, Team Fortress and Team Fortress 2 a long time ago. Got fired. I don't know what you're talking about. So anyway, another thing, like I said, don't be scaring people. Let the actors do their scares. A lot of times it's set up a certain way for you. To be honest, I've never been fired. I've either quit or just not shown up anymore, just left. But yeah, usually everything's been 2 weeks notice and I'm out. The one time I walked out was because I got electrocuted. 25,000 volts going across my arm. So after getting out of the hospital, I just went back, collected my paycheck, my things, and just walked out. I just told you why I quit. Yeah, it sounds bad. It was at the time. Yeah. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Trying to think of what else. Oh, spacing. Right? Another thing, spacing. Don't move too fast that you're right up somebody else, right? We went through a house and they set it up for like media night, but it was still open to the public. And we had people like literally run up on us as opposed to keeping the spacing between us, because they made sure we had plenty of time between us and the people behind us and the people in front of us, so we could stop and film and, you know, try to get stuff for you guys, right? So not only the scares, but try to show the room a little bit, show the you know, give you a little bit more than just run through and in and out. Trying to make sure that you guys would want to go to these haunts. and we've had people right up on me trying to push me to go faster, and then they're complaining that we're getting all the scares because I have a camera. And I'm like, no, it's not because of that. It's because they think you're part of the group. And a lot of times they try to scare like the first person, but they don't always scare the first person. They kind of hit like the next person right behind them. But when they see us with the cameras, they know that I'm filming ahead of me, so they usually go for that first person to get it on film. Now, if you're behind me, that means you're part of my group, and you know you're not going to get the scares because you're watching for the scares. So give people space. Like we did one of the nights, again, media nights at another location, where the people in front of us stopped a little longer than necessary, which is fine. I don't have an issue with it. But as soon as we saw them, we slowed down, and I even told my wife, I guess we must be moving too fast. So we slowed down to give that group ample time to get their scares, and us not being on them and disturbing their footage. And the same thing with us, to not have them in our footage where we lose the scares, for you guys to watch us get scared. So, again, it's all about pacing. You don't have to run through a house, you don't have to crawl through a house, just a normal pacing. And if you see somebody around the corner, slow it down a little bit. And obviously if you want to go a little faster, you can. It's just, mind you, you may be catching up on somebody, so depending on how it goes. When is my next live? I do not know. That is the issue with my lives. It'll probably be another Thursday night, so I may do one next week or the week after. So it just depends on where we're at and what's going on. Right now I have the ability to go live, so I'm going live. We are right now in haunt season, at the very beginning of our trail. So with us haunting also, I have less time to go out and do stuff, because right now it's been hell week for us to build up our haunts and get everything ready for technically tonight. Friday night is our first night. If I had to kill somebody, who would I kill? I don't have the want to do that. I'll do it if I need to protect myself and my family, but I don't have the want to do it for anybody. So yeah, it'd only be for self-defense, and only if necessary. Can you please give a shout out announcement for your next live? Yeah, I'll try to give you guys a heads up. I'll see if maybe I'll do a post or schedule it out. Like I said, a lot of times it's just depends on where I'm at and if I have an opportunity. So right now I've got some time to go from one location to another, so it's easier to just pop up. But I'll see if I can give you a heads up on, hey, this looks like when I'll be able to go live and schedule it out. So I appreciate the suggestions and commenting and questions. So thank you for that. I'll try to keep that in mind and try to help you out as well as you're helping me out. So spacing's important. So we're gonna double back. Don't touch the actors, don't touch the props, don't be scaring people, watch your pacing. Find your group that will be on a positive note, that are happy to do this. Hey, Wolfman, thank you for that, but I'm not going to respond to that comment. Do you guys have a favorite movie quote? Has there been a time I've disliked a person? Yes, when I was younger, and you know, as you get older, you learn to let things kind of go versus fester inside of you. And you know, there's been times I think it was more like jealousy. So, you know, now that I look back at it, before I wasn't looking at it, I was just unhappy. Okay, I've got two favorite quotes. Alright, the first one, see if you can guess the movie. My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepared to die. So, bonus points if you guys know that one. And then the second one of the favorite ones. Ever dance with the devil in the pale of moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. So two oldies that are from my favorites. So you haven't seen it? So you haven't seen the first one, I take it. Would you know what it is, even though you haven't seen it? What is my favorite cartoon? My favorite cartoon series, Scooby-Doo. Alright, so my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father, prepared to die, is from Princess Bride. It's got Peter Falk as the grandfather, Fred Savage as the grandson, and he reads a story about action, pirates, sword fighting, and some other stuff. Oh, and it has kissing in it. That is literally something that was said in the movie. Kissing? Yes. If you don't want me to read this, no. Go ahead. Have I seen AXL? No, I have not. So the second movie that I quoted, Ever dance with the devil in the pale of moonlight? I always ask that of all my prey. That's from the original, not the original, it's the original movie, but not the series movie, okay? So there's an original movie, and then there's the first movie. So the original movie, with Michael Keaton as Batman. I'd find anything I had on me at the time and use that. How's that? I don't know why you keep going to this. Stun gun. So, let's see. I'm trying to think of what else is there. Oh yeah, another thing, right? Do not be the parent or an adult telling a child or doing it yourself. Do not scream at the actor when they scare you or when you see one. Do not scream at them to like belittle them or not, or to make yourself seem bigger or whatever. It's nobody likes that type of person. So we don't want to see Karens out there acting a fool. We don't like that stuff. Even being with somebody that does that, you don't want to, be embarrassed that you're along with somebody that can't control themselves, but scream back at an actor because they think it's funny. It's not funny. It's ridiculous. And if you don't want to go there, then don't go. It's plain and simple. You're ruining the fun for everybody else. And again, that's the key thing on who you bring with you. How long have you been driving for? Oh, probably about an hour or so by now. Well, if it's in fright, yes. But I'm talking about when they scare you and you scream, ah, that's fine. But when they scare you and you turn around and you look at them and you're like, ah, right back at them, that is not fine. That's what I'm talking about. And speaking of bringing kids with you, a lot of these places are like 12 and up. There's certain places around here also that are 18 and up because there's too many kids running around acting a fool. And if you're going to tell the kid to scream back at them, that's different. Now, again, if you get scared and you scream out loud because it's, you got frightened, totally different. That is the fun factor. That obviously you didn't get hurt, nothing happened. That's what it's about. But when you turn around and you scream back at them, that is not cool. Again, bad etiquette, bad. Like I said, it looks bad on you. It looks bad on your the crowd that you're with. When one of your people does that, it's embarrassing. It's not funny. So don't do that. Have you ever heard about the schlap situation? No, I have not. Oh, it's bad? Yeah, I don't want to know. Oh, Roblox? Yeah. I heard about that. I didn't know about the schlap, what that was going on. I'm trying to think what other scenarios that we've run into. Pushing your way through. There are times that we have certain stations that we want you to stop at because we're trying to give everybody space. And what happens is a lot of times there'll be like a large group and we try to divide you. So that way we have, a lot of these haunts are based on, 3 to 4 people, 6 max. Kind of like spoils it, but we'll that's like the maximum, and that's usually because we just let that go. We try to keep it, up to 4 people. If you have a 5th person, whatever. But once you have 6, we try to split you up 3-way. and give you time. But don't regroup into a huge blob again and going through, because again, you're not going to get your scares, and you're going to be disappointed that you didn't get your scares, because each scare actor is going to find somebody. They don't always hit the first person, they don't always hit the last person, they usually hit somewhere in the middle. But sometimes when you have a big group like that, if you hit towards the front, someone in the back complains. So you try to find like a middle ground somewhere that you can get them all. But you can't always do that when you have a big group, because now you have a big group and you're spaced out versus to being together. And again, it makes it difficult for any scare actor. And you know, and then you go from scare actor to scare actor. Nobody knows if the last scare actor that you were at hit you in the front, the back, or in the middle. So the next guy or gal, whoever that scare actor is, doesn't know, and they're just going to pick who they feel like, this is where I'm going to try to do a scare. So you only get one scare out of it. You don't, you know what I mean? And then it's wasted because the rest of the group saw it, and you can't just do it again. So again, spacing is there for a reason. And if you're a group, especially a large group, do not bunch up again. Do not wait for your friends. Go with the group that we've cut you off into, and then rejoin at the end of the trail. The other thing is, if you get separated from your group during your trail through, do not push other people through, because guess what? We've had people say, "Oh, I'm with so-and-so over there," and we don't know who they are. And if you happen to fall back between another group, how do we know that that person actually exists? We don't know that. And it's very rude to be pushing through people. We've actually stopped them and made them go back and leave. So again, it's all about courtesy. I hate when people do that. I mean, pushing through, yes. Ever play Roblox? No, I do not play Roblox. Roblox has been banned from the house since my daughter was 3 or 4, something like that. Yeah, so we don't deal with that. Have I got lost in a haunted house? Actually, yes. Being that we do stuff like this on a regular, it's not always common knowledge to know where to go. And sometimes when you're building it and setting up the trail or the pathway, you know, you are in your head and you know the direction you're going to go. But sometimes you don't realize it. You may have forgotten a piece that would help the person to know to instinctually go to the left or go to the right. So when we go through as media, we also give feedback to the owner or the runner or management or whoever. You know, hey, this is what we experienced. This is what we think. Just so you know, to help them have their haunt better. Now, if they want to, again, it's only a suggestion. If they feel like the suggestion is not worth their time, that's on them. We don't take it to heart, and we know that they don't take our feedback in a negative way. You know, they know we're just trying to help, and it's just our point of view versus somebody else's point of view. You know, maybe we're the only ones that see it this way and everybody else is fine with it. You know, again, not a big deal. It is what it is. Yes, I heard about that. And he ended up getting banned from the video game because they accused him of some other stuff, even though he didn't do it. He was just recording of and reporting what was going on. No, so I know. Yeah, I know. Trying to think what other issues we've had. Oh yeah, if we tell you to go in a direction, because like we're out in the woods. Yeah, they threatened to sue them. Yeah. Unfortunately, money makes people greedy, and when someone's trying to do the right thing, sometimes it affects somebody's money. When it affects their pocket, they get upset. Yeah, terms of service. Because they accused them of bringing people off the site when they were actually bringing him off the site. Like I said, I know a little bit. So, but what was he getting at? There was another thing. Oh yeah, when we step in front of you and tell you the direction to go to that direction. We're trying to help you out. Don't puff up and try to fight us. Like where we're at, we have gators. So we're standing between you and the wildlife. So if you want to walk out into a pond that gators are in, you know, feel free, but don't be puffing up when we're trying to protect you from going in there. Yes, your greed knows no limit. So, but yeah, there's a lot of stuff that happens that if we're trying to direct you a certain way, pay attention. You know, there could be, I mean, we've had houses that it's an exit. It's an emergency exit, and people go out and then they get upset that they didn't finish going through the house because instead of paying attention, they went out an emergency exit. Well, guess what? You don't get a chance to go back in. Yeah, no running. I know certain places that, you know, they scare you to run. I try not to run. I know we also tell you to run. We're not actually literally meaning for you to run full sprint. Because you'll run into a tree, you'll run into a prop, you'll run into a wall. Hey Wolfie, I don't want to talk about that subject. I appreciate it. It's not a subject for this. I've accommodated you. So let's move on from that subject, okay, please? Thank you for stopping in, Wolfie. You have a good night. Like I said, I appreciate you. it's not like there's that many rules for the etiquette of going through these houses. It's just common sense stuff. Have I what? Have I go? For Wolfie, yeah. Like I said, I appreciate people coming in, commenting, but sometimes it's more of a detraction when you talk about something else that the stream is not about. And you know, we kept it civil. Oh, no worries. Played the game. No, I have not heard of that. Dunkin' Donuts earlier. I usually get a bacon, egg, and cheese croissant when I go. I think the lady, when she made it, gave me the candied bacon instead of the regular bacon. Because it tastes sweeter than normal. When do I have free time? That's a funny question. And I'll tell you why it's funny. I work like 60 hours plus a week. And then when I'm done with that, I work YouTube. So basically recording videos, streaming, editing videos, all that stuff, and then eventually trying to get stuff on Instagram and TikTok. So yeah, my free time is barely there. Like, and the haunt that we do for the month of October is all volunteer. So everything that we do, we don't get paid. We bring in our, we pay for our own props that we bring out there. We own like everything we put out there at this location. And again, all for charity. So if I'm not sleeping, I'm doing something. I know sometimes, you know, when you message fast, certain words kind of forget to get typed in. I like to use voice to text at times, and the voice to text sometimes changes what I said. So when I'm looking at it, it looks right, and all of a sudden, it's no longer correct. And I'm like, oh boy, I just hit send. What's my favorite horror haunted house? Now, when you say haunted house, like actual ghosts or the ones with scare actors? Because I'll tell you what, the ones with scare actors, I don't have a favorite. I like them all because they're unique, and there's certain things that I like from each one, and obviously certain things that they can do better from others. But I'll tell you what, I'm good friends with Sir Henry's Haunted Trail in Plant City. I'm good friends with the directors at a Petrified Forest in Altamont Springs. There's one just south of Mount Dora called Fear Reach Scream Park. And this year we did, we were there too. The whole haunt was a singular theme, but they had 3 different houses with their own versions underneath that umbrella of the singular theme. We did 2 of them for the media nights. But yeah, scare actors. Okay, so there you go. So I was on the right path. We did 2. Let's see, 2 of the houses. The 3rd house, they were still trying to work out the bugs and get it ready for the season, so they didn't have it running for us to go into, but we had a good time with it. And Fear Reach tries to give Universal Studio quality with their haunts. So, and being a private, it's a private, but it's a pro haunt, not a corporate haunt. For being a private haunt, that or a pro haunt, whatever. It's up there in quality. So again, it all depends on what you're looking for, and they do a good job. Omnibus Descent, we were just there this past Sunday. Also a great place. Another one that last year my wife ran out of, and my wife's never run before. It was a home haunt, and the home haunt as a home haunt was better than a lot of theme parks, which are your corporate haunts. Last year they were told that was the last time they're going to be able to do it out of their backyard from the HOA. So Pemberton haunters became Pemberton Haunted Acres. They found some farmland that they've got like 70 acres to build. So not only did they rebuild and, you know, alter up a little bit of their house that they had last year, which is called Hillbilly Mayhem, they made a second haunt, which was really cool. And they also added a scare zone. So you're going from a backyard to two haunted houses and a scare zone over the course of one, you know, from one season to the next. So, and they still have more room to grow. So again, they're a good one too. I've noticed like certain ones wear a lot of masks, certain ones do a combination of this, and that with paints or prosthetics, or, you know what I mean? So it's nice to see that everybody has their own style. There's the Swamp Haunters, which is USF, or not USF, U of F, University of Florida. So the engineering students, and they're not all engineering students, right? There's different avenues that they all chip in at, but it's mainly headed by the engineering students, and they chip in and they do their own little thing. We'll be going there at the end of the month. They're only doing it, they're only over the course of the last weekend. So we're going to try to hit them the end of the month and go from there. So what's my favorite horror movie or theme? Halloween has always been a favorite. Another one has always been Friday the 13th. So I've always loved those two villains. You know, each one has their own thing about it. When it comes to horror themes, I like a lot of gothic stuff too. So we've been watching Wednesday the past 2 seasons, and loved what we've seen so far. And we like the aesthetic of how they, you know, the Addams Family and all that. Always a fan of the Munsters, like the TV show Munsters. I'm still wishy-washy on the new Rob Zombie one that he made. I mean, I was happy for it, but you know, and again, you can't make the exact same thing that it was. You have to make it your own. So I get it. It was an off feeling. When it comes to scaring with just in the house, just in general, not a fan of chainsaws. They're just loud and obnoxious. They're not scary, but for some reason a lot of people are scared of them and run. I don't find them scary. I just look at them and they kind of like, yeah, move on. What about favorite found footage? I'm trying to think. I'm not really a fan of found footage. To me, it's kind of boring. I lose interest in it. But I think, what's that one with the You see, and I never finished it. The only ones I've ever finished were a couple of the paranormal activity ones. But I'm like, this ain't scary. This is ridiculous. And I know some people are like super into it, and that's cool for them. I'm not gonna downplay it for them. You know, oh, you know, blah blah blah. I just don't find it interesting for me. The one I'm thinking of is what like a kaiju running through the city. And you got people doing the found footage through the apartments and stuff like that. That's the one I remember. Obviously, the Blair Witch was like a popular one. I mean, like analog horror. Like anthologies. There's one I'm thinking of right now that's an anthology that I liked because it all were different stories, but they all stemmed under a singular story. But you didn't realize it until towards the end that they were all linked. Can't remember what it's called now. I'm gonna have to let you guys go. We've had an hour-long stream pretty much, so we're gonna call it quits for now. I really appreciate your time. Thank you, Lori, for coming in. Thank you, Wolfie, also for coming in. Everybody else that also has been here, thank you. You know, definitely check out our media nights videos, and you know, let us know what you guys think. Hopefully you guys enjoyed them. We try to do some other things with the ghost camera that we bought to give you a different outlook and different perspective, and also, you know, changed up the way that it films. So definitely, if you guys like this stuff, are interested, please subscribe, you know, comment below, let us know. And again, thank you for your time hanging out with me, and we will talk to you later.